Smile. Thank you, my dear ones. This was a lovely gift. And I don't know if this is Molly. Molly is age 4. And look what Molly, age 4, made for me. Look what Molly, age 4, made for me. And this is Owen, age 5. Look at that. Is that pretty cool? And thanks for the wolfberry wine or wolfberry extract. This is from Young Living. Ooh, that looks really good.
Yeah,
Never had...
baby.
Yeah, thieves. Excellent for your produce. This is a mama and 2 babies, Veronica, Owen, and Molly. Hello, Veronica, Owen, and Molly. Before raw diet detox, so she had some. See that mucusy in the urine? That's excellent when you see that. Now she sent some pictures here, 2 pictures. This is Veronica. Okay, so this is the mama. And let me show you the right picture. We don't have any help here. So let's see what I can do to help show you some of the things that we're looking at here, Veronica. That's your right kidney. See that? Radius solaris, that slices right down through your kidney, and your adrenal gland sitting right here. This is a skin ring. See that dark ring? It goes all the way around an eye here. We call that a skin ring. See how it's darker around this pupil, and it's a differentiated area here than out here? This right around the pupil is the stomach and the GI tract. And in most people, it's clearly different because it always seems to be more involved. When you also look at this, you've got all of this. And this is the transverse colon, but this is also the brain. This is why we say that your transverse colon has a lot to do with how your brain functions in the sense of elimination and everything else. It's hard to drain the sinuses when you're chronic here. So let me take another quick look here. All right, so I think it'd be better if I just probably read them instead of showing you, but she's got a lot of radius solaris going up into the head here. And so you want to get the bowels cleaned up and nip these up. Nip them in the bud because they're going right up into the head area. So I'll give you an example. This side is going to be your pituitary, your pineal. So there could be some insomnia here, pituitary. I don't know how tall she is or anything, whether she has monthly cycles. And ladies that can't conceive children, it's always the pituitary here. Fix all this and you will have no problems. So it's just one of those things. Also going toward the back of the head, the right ear is chronic. Looking at pancreatic and right arm, a little bit of the right hip, the right leg, honey. The whole right leg is involved here as a weakness here, especially the femur to the knee, but also the lower leg, a little bit of the groin as well. Of course, you pick in with the kidney like that, you pick up your lower back for sure here. And you have some nerve rings, if you can see them there, guys. These rings here, that's the myelin sheaths of the autonomic. The autonomic brain is right here in the chronicness. See how much darker, these are brown eyes, but see how much darker this brown is? When you look at lymph stagnation in iridology, it's shades of brown. Most brown eyes are light brown. Each shade of brown, you have those 3 stages, acute, subacute, and then chronic. When you get in these darker areas, that becomes chronic. And it always starts right around here because this is where all the acid ash food goes right into the gut. You know, we have about the same situation on the left eye as well here. Now, this is all, honey, going up into your head area, brain area. There's the pituitary, the pineal gland. This is all up in the upper frontal lobe and up into this is in the back of the head going to the cerebellum. So upper circ, brain and nerve. I would. There's a thickness. Let's see if I can describe it to you. I don't know how to show you without help here, but there's a thickness to your trabecula. This is called trabecula, the fibers, the neural fibers and connective tissue fibers. But there's a thickness to this, and that shows the lymph system how stagnant it is the thickness of this of these acute and subacute levels. So, dear, I thank you very much from the bottom of my heart, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I love you all. You're doing so well. Okay, I want to look at this. Okay. Thank you guys so much. What did I do with everything here? Okay. I know I've set it around somewhere. Oh, everything is here. All right. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I'm looking for something. All right. Yeah, thank you so much. Okay. All right, so I'm going to do some Q&A this morning. Thought I would have another half hour, but there's so many things that are going on here that I wanted to. In fact, I'm looking for this one thing. So excuse me, I'll be right back. I'm looking for this one thing. Found it. Agua. Okay. Yeah. Oh wow. Thank you for all the great knowledge you are sharing. I graduated as a master herbalist from Dr. Christopher's in 2011. Ooh, cool. At the age of 58. I like Dr. Christopher's herbal school. I did. I really like that. It's his son John. I'm now 65. Wow! I was doing a great job at taking care of myself when I found your videos on YouTube. I ordered all 3 of Hildy's books because of your videos, and on that basis decided to try eating 100% raw diet. She'll get you, doesn't she? I'm hooked. I love how I feel. One question. I'm bone on bone in my knees. Can I heal them? Oh, this is Julie. Whew. You can heal them, but boy, you have to stay raw. You have to stay raw, get those kidneys filtering, and then everything will refill and reheal. I'm working on my knees too, and I can do a better job at it. Also, you want to think about when you're doing the skeletal system or connective tissue, tendons, etc., what are you going to think about? Parathyroid, right? And perhaps the pituitary, because you want to make sure that when you're in that level of regeneration that all the endocrine glands are on your side. And so it's just getting them healthy. And when you say, well, getting something healthy, what are you talking about? And when you simply realize that man's ignorance of the 2 sides of chemistry and how that relates to the different types of food that man has been eating, and that breaks down into acid ash forming foods and alkaline ash forming foods. In other words, more of your protein rich foods versus more of your carbon rich foods. However, carbohydrates, when you get complex like starch, you can get into the acid side again, acid forming. When you look at your grains, what is it, millet and quinoa are one of the few, what they claim, alkaline forming grains, but you still have all the other stuff dealing with it, enzyme inhibitors, high phytic acid, all the other stuff involved. So they're not living. You want living, energetic food. Sprout stuff, that there was that whole thing of Victor Kominkus or whatever and sproutitarian thinking. But I would be going after that. Get your kidneys filtering. Regeneration means removing that is degenerating you. Well, it's not difficult to understand which side of chemistry degenerates you, and then with the understanding of the lymphatic system more complete as you guys have it, then it's an aha moment. And talking about herbs, Don't use herbs to treat diseases because, as you said, if you fall in the trap of diseases, you put yourself in harm's way. You lower yourself to the medical thinking, which is just, no offense, but doesn't really have any basis for sound theory. And there's not any solid evidence to prove their theory. And I've been showing you in a lot of these universities are actually dispelling some medical theories, and they can't seem to match some of the lab and some of the results that are touted by that. So I don't know. It's enough to say that if you keep life simple, and you don't let your mind get trapped in academics and trying to find out the answers to everything and realize you are the answer to everything, and it's that doorway that you go through to find, because you're the only thing that's consistent in your world. Everything around you can fall apart and melt away. Even your body can fall apart and melt away, but you can't. And that's the cool part about it. Thank you, Julie. Thank you. But think about, something about the pituitary in you. I don't know, but check that, okay? And look at your eyes and see how that looks. But the knees, the lower backs, all is tied into the lymph system. I mean, when you look at it, there's just a bunch of cells and two fluids, a bunch of cells and two fluids, a bunch of cells and two fluids. And if you keep that simple, you'll understand that one fluid deals with one side of chemistry, the other fluid deals with the other. Why would you have two different fluids dealing with the same side of chemistry? You wouldn't. I mean, it's pretty simple. And we all consider kitchens and bathrooms as part of the essential need of humans and every other creature. Yeah. Hi, Doc. I bought a few tinctures from you currently, supposed to be cuttingly. Been on whole food diet the past 7 months, dropped 15 kilos. Feel amazing. Still fighting this tumor, though. What's tumor? We get this tumor out? Oh, yeah. Been getting positive results. I am on the cannabis treatment as well. Now, remember the cannabis oils. Remember, oils are antacids, anti-inflammatories. That's why you see the good effect that they have in symptomology. All right. Now, let's look at CBD oil, some of those in terms of curative to what created the problem. No. All right. So look at CBD oil just like any other treatment-based thinking. You're using it to quash or to neutralize or to help suppress I hate the word suppress, but the acid side of chemistry. It's why I use castor oil packs. It's why we use oils when there's inflammation present. Well, inflammation is your body's natural immune response. Immune response, your lymph system, your sewer system. Of all the immunity, if medical doctors start talking about your immune system, just ask one of them to explain it to you. Where's my immune system? Where's the tissues involved? I got immune cells. Okay, I've got cells that act and help to protect me and clean me, but where's the bulk of that at? And to realize the sewer system is also the cleaning system. Wondering what your thoughts are about cannabinoids. My main question is how much dosage and how long for. Yeah, see, again, I see that people use that only to check the pain involved with the acidosis. You would want to address what you guys know to be true now. You would want to address the kidneys, the adrenal glands, the lymphatic system. Oils, again, you're just using it as a treatment to help you while you're working your body out of this. Till the tinctures run out, we'll go on a great fast eventually. I just was thinking to myself, this young man needs a great fast. You know, if you're dealing with tumors, guys, sooner than later, get their friggin' lymph moving. I mean, remember, tumors just don't appear magically, right? They start out with swelling, right? They start out with agglomulation. In other words, there's nothing. When fluids are moving freely, you have no dis-ease because there's no obstruction to the flow of energy. You can argue deficiencies on my side of the fence, but I would then argue back if you do not correct your digestion, your absorption, your utilization, which is the adrenal glands, and your absorption is the lymphatic system, your digestion for the blood is the pancreas. So if you don't fix those tissues, and then of course elimination is your fourth stage, if you don't fix the body's processing stages and have them working optimally, then in my opinion, I don't know how you can claim anything. Diseases, deficiencies, anything like that. And see what man's doing without the understanding of the lymphatic system and how that relates to acids and the nature of acids and the nature of foods that are predominantly acid ash foods. If you don't understand those things, then it's hard to understand why man suffers. I understand why the medical community doesn't understand us, because they never were taught basic science, basic science of nature, the nature's laws. There's laws of nature, obvious laws. You find them probably more in physics, but still, very few medical doctors, I'm sure, study physics, but there has to be classes that involve physics and chemistry as a combined course, showing the simplicity and the interaction of this electromagnetic energy forming into chemistry and how that affects the subatomic particles and how that then affects the atomic particles and then how that affects the substances and goes right on up to the form, the human form or whatever form you're talking about. So once you understand how that works, without that missing piece of the puzzle, the lymphatic system and how it works, and now as you're seeing, they're bumping along. They found a new organ in the body, which is that's totally insane. I don't know whoever brought that out. I mean, for any medical involvement to bring that out like that is that's strange to me, brother, because you can study interstitial spaces in A and P classes, not totally understanding what the lymph portion of that is for, other than to buffer blood proteins in terms of the what is it, the lymphatic association or whatever, the worldwide lymphatic association or lymphologist. But when you get to a lymphologist, what do they know? See, that's the problem. And I would think if you're a lymphologist out there, which you barely hear of those people, you would have the ability to understand a lot more, even if it wasn't in the books. Use your own consciousness. The sad thing is people try to go to books for the answers, and the answers is in consciousness. The answers in the Creator who created everything, not in the books of people that are trying to figure it out. These are just opinions and ideas and theories. So if you really want to know truth, you don't go read a bunch of science books. You want to go to consciousness. You want to learn how to pull back away from your mind, which is conditioned, into the worlds of unconditioning. And there's all your answers. They'll come right to you. You'll see pictures. That is the library of all libraries. But yeah, I would definitely get on that grape fast like yesterday. Oh, this is very hard as it affects my head when severely hungry. Well, that means stomach probably involved. So don't have to go severely hungry, man. Eat as often as you want. When you're going on this, you can eat as often as you want. I just suggest that you pull back before you get too full. Don't try to fill yourself up always full, and I mentioned this before too. Check the difference on yourself. You can feel the difference in how well you detox when you just pull back a little bit, as opposed to when you're always full. It seems like when you're always full, even of the good stuff, your body doesn't want to detox very well. It's just taking that, I don't know, it's just taking that energy involved in dealing with chemistry that's ingested, and the body turns it inwardly and starts to clean itself. There is an awareness in the human body. It's awareness in all the cells. There's an awareness in everything. I mean, we can get into the chemical awarenesses of steroids and hormones and neurotransmitters and stuff like that, but it all translates when broken down into electrical awareness, into consciousness. Yeah. All right. I have been watching the videos, and truth has been cutting through the lies. Thanks. And I tell you, if you want to stand for anything, guys, stand for truth, because this planet severely needs it. Every time you turn around, it's a friggin' lie. It's like, what? I mean, why do people do that for? I mean, I can't imagine money is the main driver of all of that, you know. But when you get to the World Bank and you get to oil industry, the Rockefellers, and you get into pharmaceuticals, and you get into that whole pathway, becomes obvious what's going on when you look at the medical modality and you look at, you know, these theories and stuff, and you wonder, where'd you get that from? I have ordered the first kit to start my healing. I am starting to eat fruits and raw veggies, much more, and more water. Excellent. I am nervous about what will happen to me as I release the toxins in my body. Yeah, you know what? Don't get too nervous. I know some people, when you hear some of the stories, you're just like, oh, no, it's not that bad. You know, especially if you do everything right. And start off, you know, you don't have to start off slamming it unless you have tumors and stuff that threatening the quality of your life, then you've got time. So unless you're in severe pain and you want to get this out, so start off slower. In other words, fruit breakfasts, big salad for lunch, even another salad at night. That's real slow, you know. And then eliminate the salad at night and go to fruit. That's a faster pace. And then if you want to kick it up, then get rid of the salad completely at the lunchtime and your fruit and berries and melons all day long. Again, and you can have it, you don't have to eat 3 meals a day, you can eat 10 meals a day, who cares? It is smarter to eat smaller and you know, just to keep yourself halfway there. You know, this eating more at one meal, you notice how it makes you more tired and less energetic and less mobile. Yeah, you know, the thing is, you're eating for what? Bottom line, not even chemistry. Energy, bottom line. The bottom line exchange is consciousness with everything. Energy. So I wouldn't worry about it. I mean, take a picture of your eyes. You'll see exactly where you're going to have healing crisis. Wherever you see these lacunas or these radius solaris, you're going to feel it. Like we looked at that one lady's right kidney. She might feel that right kidney. Somewhere during this detox, she's going to feel that right kidney. Go, oh, that's nothing. You know, we've had this through the years a lot where people freak out and go to the ER. They got pain. They didn't realize it was a healing crisis pain. And I will tell you 100% of the time, the ER can't find anything. They can't find nothing, honey. And they just can't find anything. And it's difficult to explain to an ER doc what's going on. You know, it's hard to explain to them about healing crisis. They don't know. But it's not their field to know. It'd be nice if they did. It'd be nice if we could join where there was some commonality between us, but that would mean that they would have to understand a lot more of what we do, the lymphatic system and all that, you know. What can I expect my body as things break loose and get pulled out? Oh, this is Lissa. Hi, Lissa. Mucus mostly. If you got tumors, like you've seen, some people are pooping tumors, coughing up tumors, yeah, and that'll happen, you know, lung cancer, you can cough up some gnarly stuff, you know, it's at the clear stuff, that's nothing, right? Coughing up the yellow stuff, you're starting to get there. How about the green and brown stuff? Now we're in there, baby. What about the black? You start coughing up black stuff out of the lungs, you're deep, baby. And that's what a lot of people have, the black tarry crap in their lungs. And get that crap out of there and it's like, bam, whoa. And so it's just a process of getting that out. Mostly cold and flu-like symptoms where the body's expelling mucus and acids out of it. If you have skin blocked up, you could have a rash hit you real bad as the body's trying to get rid of it. Especially if the kidneys are down and the skin is fairly open, the skin can bear the brunt of it. So those are a few things. Some people get in extreme itching, especially when their skin is so backed up. And of course, this is chemistry, and so you have two sides to think about in chemistry. The carbon side tends to have the fungus or fermentation side, and the nitrogen side seems to have the putrefaction bacterium side, or the more gnarly ones. Bacterium is our baby's friends, of course, but still in the process of breaking down, this is what you tend to see. So someone that has tremendous lymphatic stagnation and that has a high starch type diet or a high fungal diet like cheese and things like this, they get a lot of fungus in them. So detoxing that out is extreme itching. You can itch until you bleed. You want to just rip your skin off. And chickweed, and there are some bass. You can do the heel-all bass or some bass to help that. But I'd be pounding, the Parasite M and some things like that, and trying to get my kidneys to filter as soon as possible. Let's see. Here we go. Yeah. All right. This is, my partner and I have to visit the hot springs each weekend. Wow. Our favorite spring is called Hot Sulphur Springs. I bet. The water smells like rotten eggs, I bet. But it warms and the setting is beautiful. There's those monkeys over in one of these countries that get in they got snow and ice all over them, but they're in the warm, probably sulfur springs. Is this exposure to sulfur toxic and dangerous? I will tell you, I am not in line with it at all. And what's sulfur gas? I mean, toxic as heck. Look at what's going on with the volcano, the sulfur dioxides. I mean, toxic as holy messes. And so that's some of the problems of sulfur dioxides. And I wouldn't be there. I mean, when you have something that's repugnant, no matter what people think, there's so much of this mythology that's come out of some of the olden times of, country living and things like this, and poor communication. And, and in our field, a lot of things work. Vinegar got its name and, things like that. But man didn't understand that he's trying to treat his problems, and that his problems are rising from the types of foods he's eating. Yes, he's got to understand that he migrated to the mountains and the caves, but he's not a paleo, he's an islander. So that's the thing, you have to realize humans are islanders originally. We're Homo sapien, which is, going up this primate side. And when you look at genetics and look at all of that, we're talking bodies, not consciousness. So I don't know. I'd be very cautious. And I'll say this, if your eyes start turning orange, damn, I would probably get out as quick as I could. And see if you have an increased fungal activity in the body from this. Then I would probably not go back. I know that your discussions on iridology talk about the danger of high sulfur in the body. Where does this bad sulfur, well, this is mostly sulfur drugs, but still, sulfur is not a friend either. And you can see that in cruciferouses. How many people get gassy, bloaty with cruciferouses? Your beans, high sulfur. So these things give you gassy, bloaty symptoms. That doesn't feel good. That's not fun. Not because I like broccoli. I'll take a ripe navel orange over a friggin' piece of broccoli. I like broccoli, but you have to cook it down a little bit or you really get the kick, Where does, must we stop visiting the hot spring? You can do whatever you want, James. I don't really care. I don't know what to tell you on that. But I would definitely take a picture of your eyes and see if any orange starts settling in. That wouldn't be good. But when something's repugnant, pretty much it doesn't say walk up and kiss me. Get out. But man, he's got that curious minds want to know. He'll just pull himself into it even if it does kill him. And it hasn't a lot of times. Well, good day, Dr. Morse. Good day to you. My name is Amy, and I recently discovered your YouTube videos. Thank you, Amy. I was born and... you got to be younger, Amy, right? Listen to this. Amy was born with one right kidney that has 2 renal arteries and 1 renal vein. Look at that. So you have a ton of blood going in and not much coming out, huh? 1 right ovary. Wow. My left side apparently wanted to be kaput. Isn't that funny? And this really, with Amy here, it really shows you how the body's bilateral. How that one side can grow totally different than the other side. Why do we have 2 kidneys and 2 adrenal glands? If you ask the medical community, now you got an extra kidney, give one up. Are you serious? I mean, even the children that watch our videos here are smarter than that. So, you got these tissues in the body. Look at why you got them. Why do you have two kidneys and two adrenal glands? Why do you have two different blood pressures and two different blood sugars? Why is one side different than the other? Why is maybe one breast bigger than the other? Why is one foot notoriously so? One foot bigger than the other foot. They'll tell you that all the time in shoe wear. One side of the body has difference. So that means even though there's one pituitary and one thymus gland, that there's two sides to them. And I wonder about that. I've thought about this for years in iridology, because in iridology, you know, you've got left side, right side. So I can see the left side, let's say, of the uterus. So I can look at the left side of the uterine wall, and I can look at the right side of the uterine wall, and I can tell you right where you're having, which wall you're having the trouble on. And that's kind of cool. But how you fix things is basically the same, but at least gives you an intellectual dig into what's going on there and to what tissues are involved in the body that way. I also have celiac disease, childhood asthma. Okay, back, see, yeah, when we're at that area, here's the endocrine glands coming in. Here's the adrenal glands, dairy intolerance. Your lymph system probably was a mess and have been on the birth control pill off and on since I was 18. She's 31 and have one son who is 8. Well, wow. You know, I would really be concerned not only with her being 30, but with her son. Because, you know, when you have genetics to the point that your blueprint isn't printing out your tissues properly, you need to go back to the blueprint and straighten it up. How in the hell do you go back to a blueprint? So you have to get away from medical thinking here, and let's look at spiritual awareness. The blueprint isn't physical, that's obvious. You know, it's difficult to understand something that's infinite, something that has no boundaries, something that has no definition to it. Because as soon as you try to define the infinite, you just brought yourself out of the infinite. So the very nature of thought is dualistic. So thought is not part of the infinite. It is part of the finite and needs two sides of the force to function on. So I was thinking about this the other day, you know. If you free your attention from everything, you will be free. You will totally find the freedom that each and every one of you in your innermost core are looking for. But you have to remove your attention from everything. Because as soon as you put your attention on something, that pulls the something right to you. And that's where your attention then is confined. Observation at first, then the categorizing, the libraries engaged to see if the experiences have had in the past. Everything starts engaging. The astral emotional body, the adrenals, everything starts engaging. Life is an engagement of many aspects and not just the physical body. If you work just from the physical understanding, you will be lost and full of fear in your life. You won't understand out-of-body experiences, and people have near-death experiences. It sounds wonderful and neat, but then could I have something like that? Do I have to have a near-death experience to have that? And if I get away from my body, that means this body is just something I'm using, right? It's my car while I'm on the lovely planet Earth. You also have a car while you're on the lovely astral worlds. You have vehicles that match the worlds you have your attention in. But it's your attention that's the secret here. And if you can get with that and understand it's your attention that in meditation or prayer or contemplation, what are you trying to do with it? Free it. Because it's your attention that determines your experience. So free yourself up, and the answers of life will come in like never before. And you'll find that freedom and joy that gives. Then you can learn how to play with the mind and emotions the right way, where you're in control. You're not losing your awareness for the sake of thought. You learn how to see that which you want to know but not lose your attention into it. Hard to explain, other than it's like looking at those paintings with all the little dots. And if you're looking at it, you can't see a thing. But if you pull back and kind of withdraw your attention and look as if you're not focusing your attention, you'll see the picture. And I always thought those were cool trainings for children. At training children how to kick back and observe, because in school they'll become the kings and the queens of awareness and of any of the sciences that you're in, or any of the modalities that you want to be in. It's like medical doctors, it's like attorneys, it's like anything else. If you think you go to school to learn the truth, you're gravely mistaken. Most of the time you go to school to learn what they want you to learn. It's only when you've had enough of that, or you're spiritualizing and you learn about the mind and you pull back and you begin to see other aspects of things, whether it's law, whether it's health, or whatever it is. Good day, Dr. Morse. Oh, here we go. I'm still finishing this one. Yeah. I do have symptoms of histamine intolerance, hives after eating certain foods, which has gotten better after really reducing sugar and cutting out dairy. Yeah, you fix your lymph system, honey, and you won't have any of this hives or anything like that. This goes right back to the cup is full. And so that means that anytime you consume things that are mucus forming or acidic, you could have a blowback. A bad blowback, and it gets worse and worse to where more and more things can create this action in you. And all it's saying is stop, clean the sewer system, the immune system, the sewer system, the lymphatic system, and you're right as rain, you're as good as gold. And remember, with you, you know that's part of the problem because you had childhood asthma. That is an adrenal gland issue. That is the neurological. Maybe we talked about asthma in the last video about being a neurological issue to this. Adrenal fatigue, well, that goes, again, that goes with the childhood asthma. And right there is the, so your blood pressure is going to be low. All that brings in a weakness. Now, weaknesses can get so inflamed and edemic that it can make pressures go the other way. Oh, she has a couple of lymph nodes that I can palpate near armpit. Now's the time, Amy. Now's the time to be thinking about that 20-day great diet we've been talking about, remember? Yeah, good idea. Put that son of yours, 8 years old, on a fruit diet too. He needs to have fruits and berries and melons in his life. That'll make him one smart cookie in school. But yeah, if you feel any lymph nodes swollen, let me just tell you, my experience here is definitely one of, you've got lymph nodes swollen, you want to deal with it. Yeah. I was going to show you some nice pictures, but you want to deal with it. Now I can just tell you, when your lymph nodes are swollen, now's the time to stop, get your kidneys to filter, get these lymph nodes down, and you're good. It's when you get into some of these extreme cases where the lymph nodes got so big that breast couldn't drain. These kind of things are just nightmares out there. And we're here to fix this and help people fix these things. And you just don't want to push things further. But if you don't have the answers to it, then you don't know what to do about things. And so people do the best they can. That's where you guys come in. See why I'm doing this? The world needs your help. Also have a left breast fibroedema. Yeah, ladies, whenever you get fibrocystic, and also if you get painful breast on menstruation, that means when estrogen kicks up, which is acidic, even though not that acidic, you can feel it. That means you're highly acidic already in the breasts, and adding more estrogen, that even makes them feel more. So, no. This is when you really want to get the kidneys filtering and get moving, because then he comes in endometriosis, uterine fibroids, atypical cells on the vaginal wall, ovarian cysts, tumors in all the respective places, blah, 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 blah. and skinny. Uh-oh. So, she's only 115 pounds at 5'5". 5'5", guys. What do we got going here? Come on. 5'5". All right. She's a pituitary case. Okay. So, pituitary. I mean, that's serious. Now, we got to take a look at the child, because this could be growth problems for him. Pituitary could affect the thymus, could affect the parathyroid. The child have growing pains, what they call growing pains. I love that one. You know, guys starving for calcium. So yeah, this is important for this mama to take a look at herself here. 5'5", we know the pituitary is involved, 115 pounds. What's involved at 100 skinny, 115 pounds? Exactly. I heard you all answer that. You were correct. You get a 100 on your test today. Malabsorption. Malabsorption is what type of a problem? Oh, the broken record again. Lymphatic system problem. Interstitial agglomulation in the small bowel. So you're going to get skinnier. I mean, when you put someone on a diet that cleanses, you're going to get a little skinnier. The body isn't going to put on muscle while it's trying to fix itself. That's stupid to even think that. You got to understand, give the body a break. It needs to fix and clean itself. Give it the chance to do that, and then take off and build this body into however beautiful you want it. Doesn't seem to be a limit to it when you get to this level. That's pretty cool. Being born with one kidney. Wow. And that, boy, and see, that even brings to my mind, even more important that you don't do proteins. If you only have one kidney, oh, my baby kidney, I'm going to love that kidney. Oh, a protein, ow, ow, ow. No. It's okay. I won't give you any more protein. It's okay, baby. You know what I'm saying? Right. Acid Ash Foods is not a kidney-loving food. I'd love to do the all-fruit diet, but with being skinny, I don't want to lose weight. See, that's where you're going to have a problem, Amy. I know it. And I know where you guys come from on that. I do know. But I guarantee you, if you fix that, look at Ian. Look at how he's getting now. Look at his muscles, but he got super skinny. He'll tell you that. But you've got to fix things. I don't know how to say it any more than that. You know, you got to take your car into the shop and work on it. And you guys are the mechanics and the body guys. You know, you have to fix up your car here. And I'm giving you all the tools and the awareness to do it. And so we fix our cars up, then you can have more fun on the planet. It's not you that has the problem, it's your body that has the problem. The problem that most people have is just unawareness. They're lost in their in their thoughts and in their dreams, so to speak. And they promote thinking and dreaming here. Well, that's cool if you want to stay around and enjoy the ride, and that's okay, you know. If you haven't been here long or you just got here, enjoy it. But for those of you that are ready to enjoy a grander scale of things, hang in for the ride. Just read a Twitchell book. All you have to do is read a Paul Twitchell book. Just read a Paul Twitchell book. Key to Secret Worlds, Tiger's Fangs. Start looking to the Eckmasters and hang on to your seat. Thank you so much for your great shows and great advice to all of us who want to learn from you. God bless. Thank you. This is Eric. You know, I had a cousin, Eric. You know, he was a lot younger than I, but we always had a lot of fun together. We always were laughing at things. What can I do for my toenail fungus issue? I have been fighting for about 12 years. You know, I was just talking about that to a lady out here. It was like, you know, years ago I used to use like a Parasite M. I've created that formula years ago to go after that, you know. And we would saturate people's bodies and get most of it, but there'd still be a little yelling. And not until I realized that there's this lymph system that you also have to work on, especially when the nails are starting to yellow. It's pretty involved. You get that little Amisil and let that little baby jump in there, that little fungal jump in there, but you got to move your lymph system. If you really want to get a remedy to this problem, then you want to get with your lymphatic system, get your kidneys filtering, you know, get your adrenals up, work on the GI tract. You can use Parasite M, a dropper, depends on your size and everything, but a dropper full for adults or 2 dropper fulls 3 or 4 times a day certainly is okay. But again, you're just trying to treat the fungus. You want to deal with a couple of things too. by dealing with the lymph system, you have to fix the adrenal glands, right? Well, what is one of the things, the link that the adrenal glands might have to your fungal problems? Sugar metabolism. So that's why you want to fix the adrenal glands and fix sugar metabolism, because what's not metabolized is probably fermented. So that's why the consumption of starches is a problem, because now you're into polysaccharides, but poly means many, many sugars. Everything is simple and then complexed. So amino acids are simple nitrogen structures that build structure, many of them are used as carriers, to be honest with you. And so, but when you complex them, then you start creating structure. But you find this true with all of that. When you start complexing and getting structure, then you start creating more of a one-sided chemistry on that. But it's just enough to say that. Didn't want to get lost with that. But when you're consuming like starch, polysaccharides, that's a lot of simple sugar put together. And so that's way more than the body ever needs. So what does your body do with the extra sugar? If you have good adrenals, you don't notice the blood sugar bump. If not, you start gaining weight because you see the sugar converted to glycogen. And so you're either getting fat or you're having blood sugar issues, and then who's going to come in to help deal with this? And again, carbons are fermented, so we're dealing in the fungal family. That's why the adrenals are so important to work on, but they also the connecting link to the potassium-sodium pump, which is your cell nutritional pump, basically. But it also deals with nutritional moves, lymphatic moves, and all the moves. So proper pH balance is a homeostatic balance, if there's even such a thing. But you're not going to achieve any of this natural type of homeostatic balances and stuff eating foods that are out of harmony with the human body. None of the proper cycles are going to be engaged for the human body and the human experience unless it's consumed the chemistry in proper ratios and pHs designed for the proper tissues and pHs needed in the human body. Whew. Did we get that? Whew. So, did I finish that? Yeah. Amy, you blow through this thinness, because if you don't take time to work on yourself now, you'll keep pushing it down the road. I do it a little later, I do it a little later, do it a little later. Pretty soon you'll forget and you'll be lost again. And then someone will have to knock on your door, hey, remember? So, try to grab that now. I am 54 years old, 5'10", 160 pounds, active guy. I think I got it from a gym I used to be a member of in the sun. It don't matter. Really. It don't matter. Think of the word culturing medium. Your medium was right for it. I think I got, barefoot like an idiot. No, man. Culturing medium. You're not an idiot. No, you're just having fun. It's a culturing medium. Just clean your body out. That's all you got to do. I do watch what I eat, but I think I need more than, you need to detox yourself. Here, that's the one thing. That's why the word exists. That's what your body would be doing. How do you get something that's in out? The word is detox it out. Get it out. Well, get it out is detoxification, because detoxification is an alkaline experience. When you're eating an acid-ash diet or high acid forming foods, agglomulation, so you can't get it out. The chemistry's telling it to stay home. You're consuming chemistry saying, oh, I'm going to stay here. When you're eating fruits, berries, and melons, it's giving you the spark, and then it's cleaning the residues out with it. Let me just clean what, So that's you really want to detox and get the kidneys filtering. You want to take the time to get the kidneys filtering. I don't care what condition you have, however minor, and of course major, but things that start out minor sometimes tend to, oh shoot, yeah. Excuse me just a minute. Thanks, honey. I'll write that up as soon as I do it. Some of you guys are incredible artists. You guys are just such beautiful people. It fills my heart full of love and joy just knowing you guys and interacting with you beautiful, beautiful beings. So it's fun to be a part of our group where all of you are getting your health, you're getting your spiritual awareness back, you're awakening up. You can't beat that. That's fun stuff. And good. We'll have fun together. Hello, Doctor. I was so blessed to get a referral from an internet tech. Wow, who came to my apartment telling me all about you. Well, look at that, an internet tech. I have been diagnosed with early macular degeneration. Yeah. Okay. So, as we stop at MACD right here, guys, remember I told you on I think it was the last video I did about the guy, the eyes exploded? And how the medical doctors have used super glue to shut one eye so the brain fluid and stuff doesn't come out. Well, you know, when you're in macular degeneration, what you've got is what? Cytochemistry. You're on it. Whenever you see degeneration, whenever you see any condition, I'm going to tell you it's at least 95% acidosis. Rarely is it alkalosis. So acidosis, and when you're talking about the retina and the eyes, you know, the longer acids stay in tissue, the more blowback to the cell takes place. Remember, as acids start to build up, as kidneys stop the filter and acids build up, or interstitium in the new organ they found, you're starting to see the swelling of those tissues. But you see the immune response to this. Now, the lymph system itself is a lipid-based system, so in and of itself is somewhat antacid, of course. Then you have the adrenal steroids that are used as antacids in the human body. Cortisol, progesterone. Those alkaline steroids are used. And then, of course, the cholesterol used to make the steroids and the lymph fluids are then used. So, whenever you see any degeneration, I don't care where it is, first thing you do is go to the system that deals with the acids. It's not the blood. That's factual. Can't be the blood, right? I mean, it's simple. Can't be the blood. Anybody try to get acids in the blood, go out and go into a fire and breathe the smoke. Or go turn on your car and sit in your car and breathe carbon monoxide or dioxide. Don't take long, about 3 minutes. You acidify the blood faster than it can steal calcium out of that basement connective tissue layer, you're a dead duck. And that's a problem in fires. It's the acids that people have to understand. Smoke is acidic. And the body cannot, acids are corrosive. There are minor acids all through the body, absolutely. Estrogen, testosterones, all types of minor acids. Yeah. But it's a 3 pH or hotter that's getting you. And those are metabolitic acids. So, the first things first, I would use the eye wash both topically, internally. If it was me, I'm going to go aggressively into the GI brooms and into cleaning my bowels out. I'm going to candle my ears. I'm going to start working on my neurolymphatic system down my back to try to get drainage out of my head, lymphatically speaking. I'm going to get where it's sweaty because we are now dealing in your eyesight. And when you have a guy's eyes who explodes, I can't even tell you. I've never heard of it. I've never seen it. And I will tell you, it has freaked us all out. But it's easy to understand if you don't fix things. And remember, there's a pressure behind the lymph system as well. And there's glaucoma is a lymphatic pressure. not a blood pressure. And when the lymph system pressure comes in the head, your head feels like it's pressure and you can't take it anymore. And there's no taking a pill to get rid of it, because it's not blood pressure, it's lymphatic pressure. And let me tell you, I've had cases where they just wanted to shoot, they couldn't handle the pressure. That's serious stuff, guys. That's why I say when you start feeling tumors and crap like that and swelling around the neck and throat and you're letting them take your tonsils out and stuff, I mean, you got to understand that modality has created so much of man's problems from ignorance. We can't be ignorant anymore. Our babies can't tolerate any more ignorance. They're already in serious, serious trouble. So, my dear man, you want to get to this. Upper circuit, brain and nerve are mandatory, because you want to get blood aggressively moving. That's your alkaline chemistry. Get it aggressively moving into these interstitial spaces as much as you can. At the same time, you're going to hydrate. You're hydrating. That's antacid. Hydration is high electron or electrolyte chemistry. This is how you remember ionization, how acids still electrolytes, you know, that ionization back, how chemistry works. I have been diagnosed with early macular degeneration. This is not the age-related kind. It is myopic. It doesn't matter what kind, bro. I am extremely nearsighted. See, already got problems. And and I'm also dealing with double vision. Holy crap. So, you want to drain this cerebellum too. You want to get the back of the head and get some hot and cold compresses going. Like I said, candle the ears. You can even use the lung formula, the 3-lung tea. Sip on it throughout the day. Why? Breaks up hardened mucus. Start getting things to break up. You're looking for a cold and flu. Find someone that's sick. Go hug them. Yeah, find someone that's got flu, cold and flu-like symptoms. Hug them. Kiss them. Pray that you can catch something, because that's how you get this out faster. If you can throw your body into a cold and flu-like symptom, perfect. That's why I try to get you all in them, because that's when the body does its best purging. It does its best purging when it just says, okay, let's go. Bam! Good. Good. Don't fear. Don't fear detoxification. Understand it. Don't fear fevers. Understand it. Understand what's the largest eliminative organ you have? Fever, sweating. Yes. You don't suppress, medical people. You expectorate. That's your problem. You're suppressing with acids, an acid system that's agglomerated. That's why you're killing so many friggin' people. It's that simple. That simple. I'm a graphic artist on top of this? Holy moly. I like graphic artists. And have been told that this is not reversible. Bull crap. Not reversible by them. They just forget to add that on the back part of that, because they think they're gods. Sorry. Can you suggest something that might reverse it? Absolutely. I'm interested in what you have to say. Jody, absolutely, Jody. Are you kidding? Well, I'm at time. This is when you, the upper circuit, brain, and nerve, understand why we're moving alkaline blood aggressively into these interstitial spaces as much as possible. But we have agglomulation in these interstitial spaces blowing back on the cell. That's why you're getting degeneration of the tissue. And when you get so much degeneration, remember, calcium's going to be pulled, everything's going to get pulled, so things are going to get weaker. And, of course, I have to say that probably the cerebellum is involved in your case. So if you go through some equilibrium and things like that, know what's going on here. Get your kidneys filtering ASAP. Hit the kidney formulas. Get yourself on the lymphatic one. Get yourself on our protocols. Go to the protocol video, or do the 14-week protocol, or have me write you one. However you do that, but I would start yesterday on the diet. When you guys are in trouble and the potential breakdown means blindness or death or whatever, you don't wait. You go, you know what? I'm going to go on a 20-day grape diet right now. What's wrong with that? You're just changing your diet to all grapes. So what? What's wrong with that? Of all the animals in the jungle, who do you think man likes to see the most? The great apes. I have had severe cramping in my feet. Ooh, and my toes have been stuck together like glue. Yeah, not good. Not good. You know, your myelin sheath, this is going back to your adrenals as well, and maybe even to your stomach. But, you know, when you get this level of neuropathies and things like this and a weakness there, you can cramp everything. Remember, we're talking about the trick fingers and everything like that. The toes start curling. And then you start modeling, see? Yeah, you don't want this. See, you're moving into these more advanced stages of acidosis where things are going to start, your nervous system is going to start pulling things out again. No. So, you know that the nervous system's involved with this. Also, that would be the myelin sheath. That would take you right into the adrenal glands. They sit on top of the kidneys. That's going to take you into the lymphatic system as well. Of course, and when you're dealing in cramping, you're dealing in acidosis because you're either affecting calcium, manganese, or magnesium, which is going to lead you into cramping and spasm and convulsions and seizures and that sort of side. See where I'm going with this? So then you're probably off in the utilization of chemistry. Remember, go back to the 4 stages of the body processing chemistry. So you can be low on manganese, magnesium, calcium. Look at the parathyroid. So you want to correct all these processes that the human body goes through. And what breaks down these processes? What breaks down the pancreas to affect its ability to use enzymatic action on you or whatever? Right back to the broken record again, the lymph system. Blood isn't suppressive. Lymph is. Acids are. They're glomulating. They're inflammatory. They're immune initiating. Remember, most acids are considered proteins. I try to stretch out or massage my feet, but it doesn't work. As a few minutes go by and they are right back. Yeah, and see when you're massaging how that kind of relaxes just a little bit and goes right back. That's your lymph system. Well, there's just proof of it. And that's just your lymph system. That's why there's massage therapy. They need your muscles and move the lymph away and move this stagnation away. And oh boy, I feel so good. Oh, it's coming back the second or third day. Oh, I'm tight and stiff again. What system is that? It's not the blood, it's the lymphatic system. What side of chemistry is stiff and tightness on? Not base, not alkaline. That only leaves you one more. Acids. It would be okay if it was able to put something on them and it would go away. You see, things, that's the point. And that's interesting that this statement was made. This is Lissa. Sweetheart, things only appear to go away when you treat them with proper treatment. Like, for example, oils on top of acidosis. You rub oils in that area and that should help you. Or CBD oil should help you. But it's not curative. You don't want to fall in the trap of treatment means cure. That is far from the truth. It means I better get my butt busy and fix the cause of this problem, not treat the symptom. I can treat the symptom as long as I don't lose sight of the cause and I deal with that. Or treating a symptom just makes the symptom explode bigger in the future. All you guys and gals with the acne know that, taking steroids. Oh, look how good I look taking prednisone. Oh, look, it cleared it right up for me. Come off of it, what happens? It didn't clean anything up. It didn't get rid of the acids for you. Suppressed. And what you suppress today, my dear ones, is your nightmare from hell tomorrow. And right now I do not have ability, so I do not know what to do. Do you have any suggestions? Let's see. I am just 2 weeks into my quest for a healthier living and lifestyle. Well, the first thing I would highly recommend is go on a 20-day grape diet. That sounds good. 40 sounds better. But you want to jump on this, or you're going to see your extremities start to model. I mean, this is what happens to MS, Lou Gehrig's patients, Parkinson's, going down the road there. All these neurological deterioration cases are done under the, deterioration is an acid experience, guys. Birth, life, and death. Death is on the acid side. Life is on the more base side. There's acids involved in health, no question. minor acids, not your major acids. Taking it slowly, but need to get started on some of the. I wouldn't take it slowly. What are you taking it slowly for? I'm not a slow kind of guy. You know what I mean? You're either going to get on the bull, strap it on, or you're going to sit there and whistle Dixie. Yeah, I'm not a whistle Dixie kind of guy. Get it going, honey. You're losing your nerve energy, and you don't want to flip yourself into MS or any of these Lou Gehrig's or any, using their words, but deeper neurological degeneration. No. All right. I don't think this is going to get up today. I don't think anybody's in here to get this up. So this is Friday. Ooh. Okay. So I'm ready here. I'm going to have to go, guys. I have to make this protocol up. But I'll be back. Love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Namaste. Barak Abishai.